This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena. And folks, here we are, uh, September 15th, 2021. And what's remarkable about this date is it was I think a couple years ago I had my guest I have tonight on 2 years ago to this day. And I had him on again in 2017, but that I think was in August. But he's back because I'm part of 9 of his movies and hopefully more when I can get things sorted here. Folks, I give you the director and star of It Wants Blood, James Balsamo. Welcome back.
Hey, everybody, great to be back. And what a lovely anniversary we have here, Greg. It's a beautiful thing. What'd you get me?
I got you my presents.
There's no better present than your presence. That's all I could ask for.
You know what? This is kind of all I could ask for. I just did a 5-hour cleaning job in a building after 2 assholes quit. So I'm like, oh my goodness, when you're the only one your supervisor can rely on, it becomes very difficult. And and I know you was asking me before we recorded. You said you look exhausted. You are rescheduled. I'm like, no. If I'm gonna clean all night, I want to have some fun too.
That's right. And it's our anniversary. We have to.
We have to. We have to. But I know it's your hat. It wants blood.
That's right.
There we go.
On my hat.
And I was just talking to Joe Castro last night. I plan to have him on hopefully next week for a second time. So yeah, we were talking a little bit about his little creature effects in that movie. So
yeah, he did an incredible job.
Yeah. Well, I saw the rough cut. I don't know how to get Vimeo and the codes and stuff. I never did get to see it, and that's always eluded me. But I was happy to order the Blu-ray from you. You
It's on
know,
its way.
huh?
The Blu-ray is on its way.
It's on its way. How many people did you get to sign it?
4, I believe. I signed it. Brink Stevens signed it. Craig Muckler for Microwave Massacre signed it, and Bill Victor Arukin signed it.
I had Craig Muckler on here back in January, and he's now currently my longest interview. He talked for 4 hours and 8 minutes.
Oh.
And most of that was him.
Yeah.
I think you get that.
Yeah. That's amazing.
He is a bit of a talker, and I don't say that in a bad way.
Yeah.
But I had him on here. I've interviewed several people from It Wants Blood. So the only one that's really eluded me that I can't seem to find contact for is Eric Roberts. And yeah, but I was delighted to discover, I should let listeners in, currently I am a cameo in 9 of your movies right now.
Yeah.
And It Wants Blood, I cameo twice. And Eric Roberts is watching me both times on television. And I'm like, boy, how technology has come a long way.
Yeah.
I remember in high school, some 30 plus years ago, we had a thing called typewriters. We had phones that you had to be right there in order to talk on them because they were stuck by a cord in the wall.
Right.
You remember those days?
Oh yeah, the good old days before everything was at your fingertips.
Yep, everything's now at your fingertips, and I'm now I'm in 2 scenes with Eric Roberts. I'm like, I'll take that.
Yeah. Yeah. See you later, typewriter. I'm going to Hollywood.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to edit on a computer,
Oh yeah, I can't edit on a typewriter for shit.
Yeah, exactly. But I remember I took typing in high school, and I started getting better at it. I seem to be, yeah. I wanted to throw the typewriter out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how have you been doing during COVID? How have you been handling COVID?
Good. It's been busy for me.
Mm-hmm.
I directed my first two kids movies, Alien Danger with Raven Van Slender, and Alien Danger 2, also with Raven Van Slender. And that stars Bill Victor Arukin, Seth Doc Ramon, Rob Halford from Judas Priest, and Tommy Chong. And then Sergeant Slaughter's in there too. And so is
Sergeant
Doug Bradley.
Slaughter. Yeah, wow.
So,
What was Sergeant Slaughter like to work with?
oh, he was great. I was a big fan since I was a kid. I loved him on G.I. Joe and as a wrestler, you know what I mean? So it was really cool. It was really cool to get him.
I had a few wrestling related interviews, I had Rowdy Roddy Piper's son and daughter on here, and I'm still in touch with his daughter,
Oh, nice.
and she's a lot of fun. Um, I had Princess Victoria on here, who's
Uh-huh.
been out of the business since 1984, but she doesn't hold back on people she don't like.
Right.
And she don't like Vince. And yeah, so those are the wrestling related ones I've had, but I might be reaching out to more people that are related to some of the legends, because that's my period, and I think wrestling today sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, nonetheless, you mentioned Sergeant Slaughter. You mentioned another name in there.
Doug Bradley, Pinhead himself from Hellraiser.
Yeah, what was it like working with him?
Oh, great. We've done a lot of shows together over the years, so it was cool to finally get him in a movie.
Mm-hmm. Did you ask him why his character was named after a Ramones song?
I did not. But I do like the Ramones Pinheads, and I do like Pinhead, so I'll put a pin in that.
And you mentioned another name?
Rob Halford from Judas Priest.
Not Rob Halford. There's another one that stood out to me.
Bill Victor Arukin from In Wants Blood.
That wasn't it. Who was the other one?
Oh, Seth Doc Ramon.
Nope.
I think that's all I mentioned.
Oh, gee. Okay.
Oh, Tommy Chong.
Tommy Chong. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Talk about working with him.
Tommy Chong. What can I say? It went up in smoke.
Went up in smoke.
It was
Did, did,
smooth.
did you have to write his lines?
I had him ad lib actually.
I heard you have everybody ad lib. I heard Brink Stevens was not an ad libber.
She was not. That's a true story. So Joe Castro got me in touch with Brink Stevens, and he said she needs dialogue, and so I said no problem. And so I wrote something the day before we filmed, and she had the whole thing memorized. She was incredible, and I just did a show with her last weekend in Denver. Actually, she's a real
Mm-hmm.
sweetheart. So I really like Brink and working with Brink, and hopefully she'll be in another one of my movies.
I tried to get her on the show. She turned me down, which kind of bothered me. But what can I say? I was gonna
Yeah.
ask, I was gonna ask her about being in slumber parties where massacres happen.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's got some really good stories. We were hanging out at a movie premiere like last month or 2 months ago, and she had some really good stories.
Yeah, it's amazing for me to sit here in the comfort of this little tiny apartment, looking on Facebook and see a post by you that says It Wants Blood is playing at the Chinese theater, and it registers to me that I'm in that movie.
Right. Yeah, you premiered at the Chinese theater
Yeah, I guess so.
to a packed house. That show was just about sold out.
Oh wow. Yeah, I saw the rough cut of this. I saw this when there was only one demon in it.
Uh-huh.
So you must have wrote and added some more stuff after I had seen the rough cut.
Oh yeah, it's a whole different movie from the rough cut you saw.
Wow. Because I'm really looking forward to this one probably more than any of them that I've done with you.
Uh-huh.
because I'm in scenes with Eric Roberts, and that's kind of baffling to me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, um but yeah, like Chinese theater, I'm like, wow. But this is probably, would you say this is the one big premiere you've had? Have you had other premieres like this?
I produced Hanukkah, which was Sid Haig's last film and Dick Miller's last film. I was a producer on that, and I shot half of the film. I was the director of photography for half of the movie,
Hmm.
and I did some effects work, and I edited a little bit of it. And that premiered at the Chinese Theater 2 years ago, but that wasn't solely my film. That was Evan McGar's film that I helped him make. So it wasn't the same feeling. This was my film. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
It Wants Blood, I made pretty much by myself, and Bill Victor Arukin came in and helped me finish it with Lita and the new monster. And so, It Wants Blood is mine. And so that was cool to have my own premiere at the Chinese. But
Oh, wow.
technically I have had a film premiere at the Chinese before.
I had Dick Miller on the show 5 months before he passed away. I was so glad to get him on here.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was a sweetheart.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, you worked with Joe Castro, of course, the effects
Uh-huh.
guy for It Wants Blood. And I've had him on here and I plan to have him back on. I saw the rough cut, as I mentioned. But when I saw the rough cut, there was only one creature. Now you've got two. So I'm kind of interested to see where this goes. Talk about have these two creatures, about presenting them. Is the image that what he presents, is that what you had in your mind, or did you have to kind of draw out what you wanted him to make?
Are you talking about Joe Castro?
Mm-hmm.
So Joe Castro based the creatures off of my design that the stop animator Richard Svensson made. So Joe made like a little bit meaner, creepier versions of the stop animation heads for the close-ups. So Alaric Barca and I came up with the creature design. I told Alaric kind of what I wanted it to look like, and we went back and forth, and he drew all these sketches, and um, and then I took those sketches and gave them to Richard Svensson, who's a stop animator in Sweden. He sculpted these full body creatures. And then I showed Joe Castro these creatures. And I said, I need the giant heads of these things. And he said, okay, but can I have a little leeway? Can I make it scarier? Can I make it meaner? And I said, yeah, you got the green light. Go crazy. Keep it kind of in the realm of what it looks like, but feel free to make it meaner and scarier. And he did. He did a beautiful job. And so for the close-ups, they look really amazing.
Wow. Which one of the two creatures do you favor?
You know what? It's hard for me. The movie started out with this guy, the Nadoto, which is based on an actual cryptid. They both are. This is based off of something called the Grootslang, which is an African cryptid of a snake and an elephant. And then
Hmm.
I added the bat ears and the vagina mouth with teeth in the face. And there's not really a lot of depictions of the Groot slang. There's like a few, and some people are more heavy on the snake, some people are more heavy on the elephant, and so me and Alaric kind of came up with this, weird, funky cryptid together. And the other monster, the Zawauzo, uh, is oh, I'm sorry, it means the word bird, and it's based on the Pieza bird. It's French Creole for bird, and so
Hmm.
the Pieza bird is another Mississippi cryptid, and there's like only a few drawings of it on a cave. Like years ago, somebody found a cave painting, and that's kind of what I based it off of. And what's great is that the stop animator Richard Svensson is really big into cryptids and monster lore, and so he knew exactly what I wanted. You know what I mean? I gave him a few references with the Pieza bird, and he put his own spin on it and made it really fun.
Oh, wow. Talk about getting Lita in this. I mean, she was one of the hotter WWE female wrestlers.
Yeah, Lita, I was a big fan of Lita since I was a kid, you know what I mean? So it was cool. She drove down from San Francisco, I believe, and she spent a day with us to film this. And we filmed in this old mansion that was across from the mayor's house. You know, it was like an old historical property from like the 1800s. So, you know, it was really cool. And the guy had like a beautiful antique car that we were able to put in the movie. He was like, "Oh, I've got this beautiful antique car under the tarp." And I was like, "Can we film it?" He was like, "Yeah, sure." And so like Lita's like getting out of this beautiful car, just added a lot of production value. So it was cool.
How big a part does she have in this?
She plays Bill Victor Arukin's wife. So, and they own the other monster. So it's about, you know, Eric Roberts is running for senator and Bill Victor Arukin is running against him. And so these two political parties have giant monsters that battle it out in the end.
Okay. So is one of them good, one of them bad, or are they just both bad?
They're both good. One, you know what I mean? They probably both have bad habits, which is eating people. So some some do it for good and some do it for hunger.
Mm-hmm. So
I'll tell
I'm
you
talking,
this, they
huh?
both want blood.
Hmm. Well, they didn't get mine anyway.
Not yet. We still have the sequel in the works.
I would love to be part of the sequel. I'm hoping I can make that work.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I can make that work.
Probably gonna start shooting that in January. So
Yeah. I'll see. I'll see. I know you approached me about Tomies. Actually, you even approached me about one of the Alien Danger movies, and it's just I'm financially I'm in a place where it's difficult, but
oh
I
yeah.
would like to add more Balsamo movies to my resume, you know? Yeah. It's kind of fun seeing myself spliced into these, you
Yeah.
know? I've seen 3 of them.
Mhm.
I saw Cool as Hell 2.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Which when I interviewed Linnea Quigley in 2019. I met her in 2018. She barely remembered doing this.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
You gotta tell her badger spray. That clicks right in her head.
Yep, I did because that was what I based my death scene on.
Right.
Yep. And then you had I saw the rough cut of It Wants Blood and Catch of the Day. Here's the thing with Catch of the Day 2.
Uh-huh.
I shot a different scene for it, but you used the footage I think I shot for I Spill Your Guts to when
Uh-huh.
Andrew Lewis, the Shipflix critic, happened to be coming through this way, and I just kind of asked him on the spot because that's the first time I'd met him, and he was on my show twice, and
Uh-huh.
he wanted to meet me when he was coming through, and I just kind of asked him. I said, "I got this film. I asked a cameo. Would you like to ad lib this with?" I think he did a great job for somebody who's not an
Oh,
actor, but
you
is
guys are
the
both great.
huh?
You're both great in that.
I enjoyed doing it. I was extremely crude my dialogue, but you know, him playing off me. Have you ever seen his YouTube channel?
Oh yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
think he's great,
Yeah.
and he's kept in touch. He was basically going around with a guitar and just doing those street performances, but he's from Australia.
Uh-huh.
And I got this message from him one day, and he asked, he said he was in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and he said, "Are you located here?" And I said, "No, I'm the next province over. I'm in New Brunswick." And he said he was going to come down through, and I ended up putting him up for a couple of nights to stay with me, you know, and we visited my brother, who of course shoots a lot of my footage for your films,
Uh-huh.
and it was just and it was the first time I did a live interview inside the station. I just took it down the station, which is still closed right now. hence why I'm doing these on Zoom. But this is wonderful.
Uh-huh.
But I took him down to the station, and just on the spot, the Studio B wasn't being used to record. So I was like, "You want to do an interview while you're here?" And he's like, "Sure." So we did, and
Nice.
yeah, I played off well with him. I think he was great, and but the sequence that I shot for that, is that being used for one of the other films, or what's the
Oh
story?
yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, that just got switched with I Spill Your Guts too.
Oh, did it? You
Uh,
see, I've been putting my clips on my YouTube channel, but when you made that switch like that, I don't know what scene's gonna go where.
Yeah, it was just those two movies switched.
Yeah, I've still got them. I just don't know which movies for scenes for what now. So,
Uh-huh.
uh, but yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to getting the Blu-ray of that. But I've seen Catch of the Day 2, but I haven't seen the other ones I'm part of.
Yeah.
Um, I think the fourth one I was part of is Hollywood Werewolf,
Uh-huh.
which you get Andy Dick for.
Yeah, he's the werewolf.
You play what, Elliot Wolf?
Yeah, so the way it works is Andy Dick is playing a dramatization of the actor that I play in the film.
Hmm.
So Andy Dick is doing the dramatization of me.
So he turns into you?
Well, that's the thing. It's like a mockumentary kind of thing. It's like Spinal Tap.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm part of that one, and what else I got my name on? Killer Waves 2.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm part of that, and I'm part of one that you haven't. I don't even think you have it listed yet. Nightmare Party Twerk of Terror.
Yeah, Nightmare Party. That's gonna be fun.
I did that one just based on the title.
Yeah, that one's gonna be bootylicious.
And of course, I'm part of Balsamo Beach,
Mm-hmm.
and I Spill Your Guts too. And I think the last one I got in on was Bite School too, because that
Yeah.
way it kind of ties me in with most of your franchise-based movies. So I want to do more. It's just financially it's a difficult spot, but you seem to get a lot of projects going at once. How do you juggle all these?
Like this. Hey, can we take a break and I call you back in like 2 minutes?
I say I'll just pause it, just leave it on.
Okay. All right.
He's back. He's back from
Back.
his. I thought maybe
Meeting.
I thought the creature, one of those creatures, got hold of you.
Oh yeah, I gotta beat him off sometimes.
Yeah. I don't even want to know what you use that for.
I get lonely in Hollywood sometimes.
So It Wants Blood was your first big release, like as a director, right?
Yeah, I mean, not in the sense of making a movie that sells in Walmart, Best Buy, Barnes and Noble, or being a movie on cable TV all over the U.S. and Canada. That happened with my first movie in 2010. So my first big release, as far as playing in the Chinese theater, no, like I said, I had that happen with Hanukkah. So it was a big release, but I don't know if it was the first. It's
Yeah.
probably the most money I ever spent on a movie. It was big for that. Big hole in my pocket, but it's all coming back.
It's all
The
coming
sales
back.
are in.
So the
It's
movie's
all
doing
coming
well.
back. Yeah, it's doing pretty well. It's like I said, it's out now. Walmart, Best Buy, Barnes and Noble. I just bought a solid gold Rolls Royce candy bar, which I consumed, and then I'm selling the rubber, which I signed on eBay.
Talk
So
about
I'll get $6.50 for that, Canadian, of course. So that's like $3 US.
Talk about going to Dark Delicacies to do a signing.
That was really cool. Dark Delicacies is a store in Burbank, California, which I've been going to for a long time. So it was cool to do a signing there with Bill Victor Arukin, Brink Stevens, Craig Muckler, producer Microwave Massacre,
Hmm.
and myself. So it was really fun. You know, what was cool is Bill Victor Arukin and I were wearing matching banana suits, and a fan came in and had a banana suit. So we got some cool pictures because we were in the bananas, and then he what dressed like a giant banana. So that was cool.
I first heard Dark Delicacies when I interviewed Tommy Hudson and Amanda Wiss for the release of the id back 5 years ago. And that's they
Okay.
had signed they passed that around and signed the Blu-ray for that. And I can make out Amanda's signature, but I can't make out anybody else's. I think there's a lot of
Yeah,
doctors on that film.
right. That's how I sign prescriptions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that joke's a real pill. It's hard to swallow.
So when are we going to see Genevieve Rossi back in your movies?
Soon, I hope. She's great.
I had her
You
on
know,
for
she lives on the East Coast. Now I'm in LA. It's just a space and time continuum kind of thing.
I
Seems
had
like a capacitor to get out here.
yeah, I had her on for a third time this year, and she's a hoot. Uh, she sent me some pictures in the mail, and they were those
Nice.
those were something. Oh yeah, she's not afraid to go the distance.
Yeah, nice.
Do you know how many movies you did with her? Is she in most of your movies? Like more than
She's in a
anybody
lot.
else?
She's in a whole bunch. I mean, we met probably right after I finished my first film, so she's in I Spill Your Guts, which is my second
Hmm.
feature, and we did a movie Jacko Slasher together, and we kind of been friends ever since then. So
So did you just get done a con?
I did. I just got back 2 days ago from Denver. I was in Denver for 4 days signing autographs at the Colorado Festival of Horrors with
Talk about
Bill.
that event.
I will. I filmed Lorene Landon's first nude scene ever for my new movie, You're Melting. And Brian Bonsal's in that. Bill Victor Arukin's in that. The Enigma's in that. Makeup effects artist Tom Devlin, who's done tons of great effects work, like in the movie Club Dread.
Uh-huh.
And prop master Mark Richardson is in that also, who did work on the Power Rangers for 17 years, 17 seasons, and worked on Rob Zombie's Halloween and a number of other amazing films. So it was cool to kill Mark in a movie.
Did he
And
make you wear a pink Power Ranger outfit?
I wish. I used to wish I could do backflips and back handsprings like the Pink Power Ranger. Man, Kelly was stunning. You know what I mean? And that made me want to do gymnastics because I thought that was the only way to get girls was to do back handsprings. Luckily, I figured out you could eat cheeseburgers and make movies, and that also works. So
There you go. Well, how many people did you get in your movie? Because I know this is a move you make. You go around, you get people into your films when you go to the cons. Um,
uh-huh.
Anybody that you approached to be in one of your movies while you were there?
No, because I kind of had worked with everybody that was there. Funny story about Lorene Landon. She is best friends with my neighbor in Los Angeles. I was talking to my neighbor, and she was saying, "Oh, I'm friends with an actress. Her name's Lorene Landon." And I was like, "Get out of here! I love Maniac Cop," and that's kind of how we got connected. So,
Hmm.
for this show, not the case. Unfortunately, I knew everybody there.
So you mentioned you've had a few wrestlers in your movies, and you mentioned
Uh-huh.
Sergeant Slaughter. Talk about approaching him.
Sergeant Slaughter, I went through his agent, and I got him to do a self-tape cameo. So, you know,
Did he only do it because Nikolai Volkov punched you on the head, on top of the head?
yeah, exactly. Man, that what a shame that Nikolai Volkov was such a sweet guy. He gave me a good bonk.
Yeah, but now you
I've
got to get the Iron Sheik. You got to have the Iron Sheik put
been
you in the.
working. I've been working on it. I actually, uh, Mad Monster Party had Sergeant Slaughter and the Iron Sheik together, and I have a
Mhm.
great photo of me and the two of them together. And so the Iron Sheik, he's definitely on my list.
Did he put you in the camel clutch and make you humble?
He did not humble me. I was not humbled yet. So,
You
you
gotta get
know,
the Iron Sheik. I am happy you got Jake the Snake Roberts. I'm still a big fan of his.
yeah, Jake the Snake was great.
Hmm. Yeah, I was actually surprised to see him turn up and Catch of the Day too, because I knew he was
Yeah,
in the first one.
yeah, that's right. He's back like a heart attack,
Now,
like snake in a
was
sack.
that did he come back for the second one, or was that footage from the other one that you hadn't used?
That was actually footage that I hadn't used. And so the beautiful thing about an actor signing a release is I have that footage and I can do whatever I want with it. So
Okay. Well, I know that Genevieve Rossi, like, she didn't know that she was in, what was it? There was one of the three that I was part of that I've
yeah,
seen.
cool as hell too. So she had done a very extensive softcore sex scene in I Spill Your Guts, and the same thing. You sign a release, that footage is mine forever, so I could do whatever I want with it. That's the beautiful thing about an evergreen release form. And so she had signed a release, and I never used that footage, and I needed some sexy footage, and there it was. And she had always complained, "Why didn't you use this sex scene? Why didn't you use it?" And so I finally used it.
She might do whatever she wants to with you.
I bet.
She might put you in the camel clutch and make you humble.
Yeah.
Talk about people you've approached that's turned you down. I know you mentioned an issue with China before she passed away.
Brad Pitt, kicked me in the shin and spit in my eye. And Louis Anderson actually was a pretty funny story because Louis Anderson was almost the devil in Cool as Hell,
Hmm.
but he was up for a show on Fox. And so he didn't do Cool as Hell, but he did the show on Fox, which led him to do Baskets for Fox, which he won like a daytime Emmy or something for. So if he would have done Cool as Hell, he never would have won his daytime Emmy.
So are you saying if you want to succeed in life, don't associate with you?
No, of course not.
Because
Only the best. I
because
mean, I've got Eric Roberts. He's the best of the best. So only if you want to be the best.
because
So,
I'm a little worried. I'm part of none of your movies. Am I fucked?
well, Greg, I hate to break it to you. It was that way before we got together. Sorry to be the one to crack the egg, but it's
Well,
all
looking
uphill.
yeah. Well, looking at the IMDb, looking at my IMDb, some of these are listed as completed. When am I going to see the finished products?
They're on the way. So, Alien Danger 1 and 2 were the craziest films that I ever filmed. They've got more props and creatures and cameos than any film. So like a lot of the films that I was working on got pushed back, especially with COVID. So
Hmm.
I mean, It Wants Blood, I added a whole other monster because I sat on the project. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to release it in this crazy time, but I couldn't wait forever. So now things are starting to slowly come out. So Hollywood Werewolf will be out, Killer Waves 2 will be out. They're all coming. The costumes are done for Nightmare Party, Twerk of Terror. So all that stuff's getting done
Who's
right
go
now.
Who's gonna be in Nightmare Terror?
Nightmare Party, Twerk of Terror.
Yeah.
I can't announce anybody yet, but it's definitely going to be fun, and there's going to be a lot of twerking. I'll say that.
So you
It's
can't
hard
tell me.
twerk.
So you
It's
can't.
hard twerk.
So you
It's
can't
hard
tell me.
twerk. I said it's hard twerk.
Oh, I was gonna see if Miley Cyrus was gonna twerk in it.
Oh yeah, I'm trying. I definitely called her
Yeah.
Miley.
I was looking at where is it down here? It Wants Blood. I was looking at it on IMDb. It says 1 hour and 43 minutes. Is that one of your longer ones?
No, Catch of the Day, the original cut is my longest movie. It's like a 2 hour and 15-minute movie, but there's a 90-minute cut that's now released. So I made that choice. I won't say it was a mistake, but I definitely made that choice to do a long film. And now I know 90 minutes is golden. 90 minutes is a good time.
You're not gonna release an uncut version?
No, actually, the first cut of Catch of the Day is 2 hours and 15 minutes. I recently re-released it as a 90-minute cut.
Why would you do that?
People have a short attention span because of the TikTok and the MySpaces.
You know
So
something? I get people that say that to me. I've had people say, you should break your interviews up into segments. And I was like, I'm not dealing with today's generation. If they want to
yeah,
hear the interview, then they will tune in or they'll remember where they left off. I know people
totally.
that listen to my stuff in their car
Oh
or
yeah,
well, yeah. I'm like, I'm not gonna deal with these assholes who are like, I can't listen, I can't pay attention.
you
Well,
can't please everybody, Greg,
nope, I can't. I'm not gonna aim to, but I'm not gonna cut my interviews down to segments just to please
but you can please me, Greg. So
I'll try. I'll try if I can get to be part more of your movies. I know I have my cat as part of one of them.
yeah. How's your cat doing? All right.
He's here. I think he hid the moment I sat down here because I showed him off to a few people,
Uh,
and he hates that.
yeah, he doesn't like dancing for the camera.
Well, I had Nancy Allen on here, and she had the best reaction to Skittles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, Skittles, the star of Dress to Kill is a big fan of yours. Skittles didn't care.
No.
He said if she doesn't have a treat bag, he don't care.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
Are you going to work with Joe Castro again?
Yeah. Yeah, I love working with Joe. He did a whole bunch of fun aliens for Alien Danger 1 and 2.
Okay.
So, and he made this cool eel for Killer Waves. Joe made that. So, it's eely good.
Killer Waves 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm part of that one.
Yep. Yeah, Joe did that. So, Joe and I worked on a few projects together already.
Yeah, well, he said he enjoyed doing It Wants Blood. I spoke to him when I was booking him the other night about that.
Yeah.
So, when you do these cons, what's your approach when you go to get one of these celebrities to be part of the movie? Do you have um, a particular approach that you go with that works every
Yeah.
time, or?
Yeah. Chloroform and a rag.
How did you get Andy Dick?
Chloroform and a rag.
Why do I get the feeling Howard Stern would have liked that?
Yeah. Andy Dick actually watched you at the premiere at the Chinese theater. He showed up to the premiere of It Wants Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You owe me a debt of thanks because because I'm pretty much the reason that Elaine Dietz got in the movie.
Yes, that's true. Thank you. I can't
Because
get over now. So thank you for that.
well, she had I had posted something about it, and she had messaged me and asked if she could be part of my movie, and I was like, it's not my movie.
Hmm.
So I messaged you and connected her with you, and I think you worked with her before. I didn't know that, but I thought it would be a great idea because I interviewed her twice, and I was like, get her in this. I
Oh,
want to be
thank
in
you for
good
that, Greg.
company.
She's really sweet. I like working with Eileen, and she's in Alien Danger also. So
Hmm.
it's fun to work with Eileen. She's a character. She's a fresh little thing.
What was it like working on set with Eric Roberts and Brink Stevens? Because I know they weren't right. They didn't do like what I did.
No, Eric Roberts is great. He's incredible at ad-libbing. He really does a wonderful job. People ask, did you have cue cards? But I really like to give him just what he needs, and he could take it for as far as he could go. You know what I mean? He's an incredible ad-libber, and he's really fun, and he loves to play air trumpet. He goes after every single take, Greg. Every single okay, let's do one more. So imagine that for 4 hours. It's amazing. You never get tired of.
What was it like directing Brink on
Like I said,
location?
Brink knew all of her dialogue. I was blown away because I had written it the day before, so I didn't even know it that well because I came up with it only hours prior. And she knew every line. She wanted to know a little bit about her character. She was like very professional. She brought a few different wardrobe options and fun. You know what I mean? She's done so many movies. It was so great to work with such a professional. You know what I mean? And she's sweet and genuine, and she's not phony, and she's wonderful. And I love her movies, and I love Brink Stevens. She's a sweetheart.
Um, Now we got to talk about. I'm gonna probably butcher the name. Malala Moody.
Michaela.
Michaela Mula. I knew I screwed that up. I didn't even pronounce the K. Cause you got her in a couple of your films. You got her in. Be working with her anytime again soon.
Yeah, probably. She came to the premiere also. Michaela Moody and I met at the American Film Market, AFM,
Uh huh.
and we became friends. And she came down to my office that I had with Evan McGar back when we had an office in a comic book store, which I sold right before COVID happened. And Michaela's great. She's really fun, and actually, I make fun of TikTok. She's a big TikTok star now. So since COVID hit, she opened up a TikTok account, and she's got like over 1 million followers, and she makes these like vegan cooking videos, and they're really fun. So uh, she cooks like a hot girl.
Okay. I just look at your credit. You got a movie coming out that you did direct called Holy Shit, Man.
Yeah, so I have a cameo in that. That that's a Bob East movie. Bob East does a lot of artwork for me. He colors a lot of posters drawn by Alejandro Pyromalis, and he does a lot of the DVD box sets and Blu-ray box sets. He like does all the art for the boxes, and that's his movie. Bob directed that, and so he had asked me to do a cameo in that, where I'm playing like a guy on Tinder or something like that, and I tell bad jokes.
I've interviewed John Dugan. I recognize Rebecca Reinhart and Julianne Prescott. So,
Mhm.
yep.
Of course, they get naked in films.
Do they get naked with you?
I haven't worked with either one of them. I believe I'm Facebook friends with both of them, or at least Rebecca. So maybe soon.
Talk about. Of course, that must be every filmmaker's dream, is to get naked with hot females.
You know what, Greg? It's fun. The world has changed though, so I've always been professional, but now it's a totally different environment. It used to be a lot more casual, but now the way the world is, everything it's a little more medical, so to speak. So
Yeah. Well, you'll just have to do the nude scenes with social distancing. Imagine doing
right,
a socially distanced sex scene.
right. You come over here, 6 feet.
Use the mask as a slingshot.
There you go.
I'm giving you some very perverse ideas.
Yeah, totally. It's a prophylactic projectile.
So talk about approaching any of these actresses because you've done these scenes, uh, approaching these actresses to do these scenes. Yeah, scratch your head a
Uh,
few more times. I want to hear this
you
answer.
know what? I've been doing it for a long time, so I guess I don't. It's like being in the mafia. You know what I mean? Once you whack a guy, a few more times, it's not so bad. But I've been doing it so long. I just say, hey, listen, I'm filming a movie. You want to get naked? I'll give you $3. And they
Three
go, yeah, all
dollars.
right, I'll take three
You get
dollars,
you give them $3 to get naked.
$3. Yeah, so.
Okay,
This
out of
this
the
is the
nude
Best
scenes
Best
that
Productions, baby. Welcome to Hollywood.
out of the nude scenes you were involved with, did you have a favorite in terms of the females that you were with? Did you have a
No,
favorite?
you know what? I mean, it's like you can't pick one. I don't want to make anybody jealous. I
Too
think all
bad.
bodies. I think I think all bodies are beautiful. So it's what can I say? I like my job. I like my job, Greg.
You kind of remind me of the John Candy and what was it, Delirious there, where it shows him the cover of the poster was him sitting at the typewriter and he's just imagining and he's got himself with two gorgeous women by him, Only in your case, you're on the bed pillow fighting two naked women
Yeah.
while they're inserting odd objects up your ass.
Yeah, yeah. I did a three-way scene with two girls like that for MILFs versus Zombies, Brad Twiggs film.
Hmm.
That was fun. And then I get bitten by a zombie after the three-way.
You get, yeah. I was gonna say, did your dick get bit off when you stick it in, or does they not work that way?
No, my dick does get bitten off in Cannibal Hookers, the remake, Donald Farmer's film. I'm the opening dick rip in that.
So, in doing these cons, is there anybody that you have an approach that you've seen that you want to get in one of your movies?
You know what? I've been kicking around. I just did a show with Ken Foray,
Hmm.
from uh, Dawn of the Dead. When hell is full, the dead will walk the earth. I've been doing shows with Ken for a long time, and I've been thinking, why not? So I'm gonna probably reach out this week or soon because Ken's kind of in my sights. So
I'm gonna see Ken at Frightmare in the Falls
Okay.
towards the end of October. It'll be the first time I've done that con, but he's on the guest list for that.
Oh yeah, he's a real nice guy. Like I said, I've been doing conventions with him for years, and he's really a sweetheart. So and I love From Beyond, and he's done so many great movies.
Okay. Well, what projects are you currently working on? I know
I'm
you
in a
get a
lot of
bunch of them, but like what's right at the center of attention?
well, Alien Danger. That's probably going to come out premiere next month at the Chinese, and then Hollywood Werewolf, Killer Waves 2. Um, then I'll probably wrap up Nightmare Party, and then I just started filming 2 weeks ago. You're Melting. Like I said, that's got Lorraine Landon's first nude scene in it, and Brian Bonsall gets murdered in that. So it's a lot of work, but it's fun. I've, I've been running around the country for the last 2 weeks. I was in North Carolina 2 weeks ago, and then I just came back from Denver. So now I'm all back into editing mode. This is the final cut, or I should say, it's premiering because that's what I'm editing on.
So tell me, when you did the latest con, um, were the COVID were things bad with the COVID restrictions, or was it just like did you have to all wear a mask? Like what was the story here?
Yeah, it's just pretty much wear a mask. That was kind of the only real restriction. You know, 6 feet. It's kind of loosey goosey at these things. So
What about for photo ops? Do you get to take the mask off for that?
you could take the mask off. Mad Monster Party, they had like a piece of plastic for some of the celebrities that wanted it. So they were kind of like behind safety glass
Hmm.
in front of the green screen. So it depended. You know what I mean? It depended on the person and how they were like Meatloaf was at the Mad Monster Party, and he wasn't a believer in masks. So you
Hmm.
know what I mean? He was telling everybody, take your mask off, come here. I have a picture with Meatloaf. He like grabbed me by the arm and he was like, put your arm around me like we're friends.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the person.
Well, didn't you protest the mask? Because if you wear a mask, nobody will see your face.
Yeah. I didn't protest it. I mean, I wore it for the Mad Monster Party unless I took a photo or something like that. So, it all depends.
So you were able to hide in case the Iron Sheik found you.
Yeah, exactly. And tried to make me humble.
I think he should make you humble. That should be
Yeah.
part of whatever. That should be in the twerk movie.
Yeah,
I think that should be part of the twerking.
definitely.
So when you do the sequel to It Wants Blood, does that involve your twin brother?
It does. It involves my twin brother.
Yeah. Is he gonna be as adventurous as his other brother?
Yeah, I would say, or more so.
Would you like to consider yourself the Woody Allen of exploitation movies, where you cast yourself to be in these romantic scenes with these women?
I like that.
You should put that in the top of one of your movies. The Woody Allen of exploitation.
Yeah, I like that.
There you go. Any interesting things you got to sign while you were there?
Any what?
Any interesting things you got to sign while you were there?
Breasts, lots of breasts. I love it when fans post their breasts and have me sign them. So that's always fun. I signed a skull. Somebody brought like an animal skull,
Uh-huh.
and that was fun.
Did you, I don't even know if it was available at the time, but I was going to ask if you sold any copies of It Wants Blood or any of your other movies while you were there.
Oh yeah, we sold out of It Wants Blood at the show. We had them on DVD and Blu-ray, and they sold out.
Oh wow. I feel extra
Yeah.
proud that I'm part of that.
Oh yeah. You should. It's hot. It's selling hot off the shelves. So tell everybody, get your copy of It Wants Blood, Walmart, Best Buy, Barnes and Noble. What are you waiting for? Go get it. Eric Roberts, Greg, myself, Bill Victor Rukin,
Troy
Lita from the
Elke.
WWE, Troy Froman,
Yep. Yeah.
and Ola Ray from the Thriller music videos in it also.
Yeah. Well, I'm
And
glad huh?
Melissa Rose from Sleepaway Camp is also in it.
Oh, she's gonna be at Frightmare. She kicks the crap out of you in that movie.
She sure does. She
Was
throws a
that
mean
ad
punch.
libbed? Was that ad libbed?
That was ad libbed, yeah. She
I
put her
gotta
hurting
bring
on me.
I gotta bring that up to her when I see her. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, she was all dressed to the nines in that movie too.
Oh yeah. She's
Y-
stunning.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that that was selling out. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
One thing I did
Yeah, it's
want to,
cool. People really like it. It's getting really good reviews.
yeah, one thing I did want to bring up is I want to express my deep thanks that you did the Doubtfire Face challenge.
Oh, my pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah, although sadly we lost Carmine before he ever did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've tried to. I sent that to Genevieve Rossi. I I might try to convince her to do shaving cream. She doesn't want to take whipped cream, something to do with her skin or something like that.
Uh-huh.
But I'm like, come on, Genevieve, come on, come on. And
Uh-huh.
Debbie Rochon said on a post that she was up to do it.
Hmm.
Yep. I forget who else you threw that out to. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Catherine Parks. I don't even know how to get hold of her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, man, I was happy to be part of none of your movies, and
Oh yeah.
I look forward to seeing the finished product. When are you and is it Bill the you're doing a show with?
Uh-huh. Bill, we just did that show in Denver.
Oh, okay, because you mentioned about coming on my show with him. I thought that was in the future.
Oh yeah, we'll do that when Alien Danger comes out.
Okay, when's that coming out?
Probably later October.
Okay, because if you guys both want to come on at the same time,
Uh-huh.
now how I do the Zoom, you two would both have to be on the same camera because I don't have Zoom set up where I can have more than one.
We'll figure it out.
You figuring things out?
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
That scares me when you say you're figuring things out.
It should.
One more thing. Did Amy Dumas beat you up in the film?
She got a little lippy with me in the movie. You'll see.
Did she slap
She's
you
a tough,
around?
yeah, she's a tough cookie.
I'll tell you, if I got beat up by a woman, I'd like it to be her.
Yeah.
Did she look as good in person as she did in the ring?
Wonderful. She's a beautiful woman.
There you go.
Yeah.
How did you get her?
I called the Hardy Boys and they took a
Mhm.
ladder and then they put her in between the ladder and then they duct taped the ladder and then her big bosoms were popping out of the ladder and then she was shipped to set and then
You gotta be careful talking like that. She'd kick your ass. She'd do the twisted
yeah,
fate on
she
you.
might.
Yeah, I don't think you could handle what she could dish out.
That's true. She's a toughie.
Yeah.
That's yeah, yeah. You know, I sent her some dialogue. She said okay, and that was it. She drove all the way down from Party Town to L.A. to be in the movie, so it was cool.
That's awesome. Well, do
She
you got
brought her,
anything else?
brought
Huh?
her little dog too.
She have a little one of those little wiener dogs?
Yeah, it's definitely a little wiener dog.
Well, do you have anything else you want to plug and promote on here before we close off?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram at James Balsamo. Find me on Twitter at Acid Bath Product, or add me on Facebook. And then don't forget to pick up It Wants Blood on sale now in stores everywhere: Walmart, Best Buy, Barnes and Noble. What are you waiting for? It's two giant monsters and naked women, and lots of celebrity cameos.
And
Greg, it's been a
me.
pleasure. And Greg, that's right.
Yeah. I'm
There's
in
other
it.
folks.
I'm in scenes with Eric Roberts, and I never even
That's
met the
right.
guy. I kind of like that. And it played
Yeah,
at the Chinese theater. I was like,
sure
holy
did.
shit, how does that happen?
Yeah,
Oh, well, we'll see what we can do about getting me in more. Be patient on that. You know,
okay.
I've got your back when I can, when I'm able to.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
Well, before I let you go, please do a plug for my show.
You got it. What do you want me to say?
Just state your name. Say you're listening to Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise out of New Brunswick, Canada.
Hey, everybody, James Balsamo here. You're listening to the Python's Paradise with my buddy Greg Gilbert in New Brunswick, Canada. Wow.
When are you coming down here?
Soon, I hope. We'll do a screening of It Wants Blood.
Well, actually, you know what? When I was at my last Horrorama in 2019, I brought It Wants Blood up, and I didn't know this, but Chris Alexander, who operates Horrorama, said he knew who you was.
Yeah, I know, Chris.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm going to be seeing him at Frightmare as well. He doesn't operate that one. James Ponce does that one, but yeah, Chris said that he knew who you was, and I said you should get James at a Horrorama.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, in Toronto.
When is that? Is
Awesome. Well, I look
that
forward to
coming up
doing that.
soon?
Huh?
Yeah. Is that
Well,
coming up soon?
Horrorama got canceled this year, not because of
Oh,
COVID, but because when restrictions started to lift, they just didn't have time to book anybody.
mhm.
But Frightmare in the Falls, they've already got 15 guests locked, and I got my VIP for it. I'm hoping everything goes as planned because yeah, Kim Foree will be there, Felissa Rose will be there, so
Cool.
they're gonna have Lisa Loring there, the original Wednesday Addams.
Oh, cool.
That will be cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, so they've got definitely got some people there that I'm looking forward to meeting. Linnea Quigley will
Awesome.
be there.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, they've asked her to do the Badger Spray song.
Totally.
I should do that and film it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that influenced my scene.
Totally. Well, thanks,
Yeah.
man. It's been a blast.
I was happy to have you back on here, and if you and Bill want to come on here and do a duel on here, I'm open to that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, honored to be part of your filmography.
Always
Probably not your best actor, but
the
it
best.
fits the tone, so it works.
Right. Well, thanks,
Uh,
brother.
all right, you take care, man.
Bye, everybody. I'll see you.
Yeah, yeah, bye bye.